Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1976 Smith-Corona Galaxie 12 vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Made in the USA and one of the most popular typewriters of all time. It's got that pretty blue color with contrasting like a pale green color, seafoam green, usually what they call it on typewriters. And this one is kind of different because it has a different case. The other version has a hole here that locks into the case, and this one has just a big monstrosity. Let me see if I can get this into the camera view. But it comes with a case like this, and the electric ones also use that case. I'm not sure when they transitioned to it, but I believe they did that because the hole in the back was causing acoustic issues. So it sounds better. It's maybe more quiet without that hole back there. So they just redid the case, and the case is just huge, hard plastic. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. This is your left margin. I'm going to set that around 2 or 3. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back. This is your right margin. Set that around 85 or so. And this is the paper bale that sits on top. It's got 2 adjustable rollers. And I got some print on this page already. That's okay. Once you hear the bell, you're near the end of the margin. Hit this line space, get you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 2, or 3. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, just flip that switch back 1 notch. Skips 2, 1 more, it skips 3. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. Type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side. Flip that down to the red indicator. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon, which is red. When you have it in the middle, it doesn't print any ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it up top on the black indicator, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. Beautiful. One of the most reliable machines you'll find, and it's super fun to type on, and it's got that beautiful color. They come in all different colors. Print is perfect. Elite typeface prints 12 characters per inch, a bit smaller than Pica, which prints 10, so you can fit more words on a page. And I hear from writers that they prefer the Elite because of that reason. Now it's maybe easier to read 10, so it's just your preference. If you want 10 or 12, Elite's definitely more rare. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side. Also, if your page is crooked, which it is a little tiny bit crooked, if you can see that, I'm not sure. You flip the paper release forward and then you straighten it like that. Flip it back. Now you have a straight page. That also allows you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you put that back before you load the next page or else it won't load correctly. I'm going to flip this down for now and put the color back on black. Got a shift on each side, a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. Backspace on the left side, very good. Tab on the top here. Right now we have tabs set on 10 space intervals, so I'm just going to clear each one of those one at a time by hitting that clear button on the right side of the tab button. Super fun and easy. You know, feels like maybe like a college kid back at, would own these back then, but now there's just so many different things that during this era. This was actually later on, but these came out in the late 60s and early 70s too. But they had so many cool functions that nothing else had. So it was like top of the line technology at the time. So now we don't have any tabs set, so I'm going to set one right there. Just so that way when you hit the tab button, it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear on your typewriter. Touch control on the left side, low, medium, and high. The higher you go, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. The lower you go, the less tension. You do have to hit the keys harder, a little bit harder when you have it on high, but they do respond faster, so you want to play with that to gauge your preference as far as touch control goes. So let's get to these cool functions. Number one, it's got the changeable type keys. This is a 1 and exclamation point, which is not a traditional key on a typewriter. So that comes with a kit with that top, the key top, and the slug just tilts back and pulls off. So you don't need to be a technician to do that. It's got 2 of them, so it's got 1 on each side here. And this one is the plus and equal sign. So these came standard, the plus and equals and the exclamation point, the 1, but you can pretty much get anything you can find on eBay and swap those out. Just want to make sure they're elite. I'm not sure if this is I don't think it is transferable with Elite and Pica, so you need to make sure that they were Elite or Pica, whatever you have. And another cool function this has is the key down button. So if you have a key that gets stuck in the up position, you push this button that has the arrow down with two lines, and that just brings it down for you, so you don't have to get in there and touch it with your fingers and get ink on your fingers. And it also has a power space, which was introduced on a lot of newer typewriters after Smith-Corona started doing it. Really cool function, just like a machine gun power spaces all the way to the end. Very cool. MR stands for margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that MR button, it does allow you to type all the way past that to the end. Very good. Now this hood, I don't know when they started doing this or if this was introduced with that when it came with that case, but this pops off from the top instead of sliding forward. So they traditionally will slide forward and be attached to the machine. This one pops all the way off, which I do like better. It's easier to do maintenance on it. So I don't know if that made it just easier for them to build these and made cheaper production, but I mean, it's to me, it's much more convenient. All the brand new ribbon is loaded on the left side, so it's pulling clockwise to the right if you want to switch that direction manually. There's a little lever on the left side. You flip it to the back, and it will swap the direction to the left. Flip it to the front, and it swaps it to the right. And it has an automatic reverse with these two little ribbon guides here. When you get to the end of the ribbon, if you have a little metal piece, it's called the eyelet, it will catch on that and swap the direction to the side it needs to go to automatically. If you don't have an eyelet at the end of your ribbon, you can tie a knot, and that usually does the trick. And this just goes straight down like this. Very easy to take that off and put that on. Right side, we have the carriage lock. This releases the carriage and locks it in the middle, so when you have it in the case, it doesn't bang around causing any kind of damage to your internal components. And it hugs the case. So, but if you want to unlock it, just push it to the right. And it's got these hard plastic, big leverage, comfortable carriage releases, but they're made out of hard plastic, and these things break off all the time, and they don't make them anymore. So I do make these. I design and 3D print these. So if you need a replacement, check my shop. This one is an original. I also make these knobs as well on the right side only, not the left side. This is an original as well, carriage release. Very smooth, very nice condition machine all the way around. Barely any wear and tear on this thing. If you push the button on the left side, it disables the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You let it go, you get those clicks. Each one of those clicks is one space. Same concept with this lever on the inside here. You flip that down, it disables the spacing. You flip it up, you get the clicks. And on the inside of the left side of the platen is the page gauge. You want to set this to right below the 11. There's a notch there, and then that's where you feed the page. And as you're feeding it through, it'll start to warn you that you're getting close to the end of the bottom of the page. That's 2 inches left, 1.5, 1 inch left, and that's the end of the page. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.